It's me, I'm C, and this is Kickback Astrology. Kick off your shoes and relax your feet. Alright, I quit. But you know what time it is. Grab your guards, grab your woodies, grab your glasses, do what you need to do. Kick back how you kick back. I'ma kick back how I kick back. And let's get into some of these birth charts. Come on with it. Anyways, but today we gonna get into Rich Porter's birth chart. Yeah, I mean, it's a little complicated, a little sticky finding his birthday, but I think I got the one, so we gonna get into it. So Rich Porter was born on July 26th in 1965, so he is a Leo. So let's get into it. So with Rich being a Leo, what do we know about Leo? We know that Leo is my bad. Jumping the gun. My bad. Y'all know we do Sun, Moon, and Mars for men. Sun, Moon, and Venus for women. Alright, so let's get into it. You hear me? My bad. Skip. My bad. It's been a minute. Yeah. I can hear it. It's been a minute. Be good. I got this. Not like I was saying. When you know you fucked up, just not like I was saying. Yeah, we ain't even we gotta do the moment of silence. R.I.P. Alright, now let's get into it, y'all. Now, Rich was like I said before, he is a sun in Leo. So, with Rich being a sun in Leo, what do we know about Leo? We know that Leo is a fire sign. So, what do we know about fire signs? We know that fire signs, they bring me the light. Just give me the light. You know what I mean? They bring the light. That's what the fire sign does. So, with him being a fire sign, this is what we hear of him. With Leo being ruled by the sun, we know that off rip, Leo's going to be, bright. They're going to be the center of attention. They're going to be, they're going to be that sunlight. You know what I mean? Good, bad, and different. You feel me? Can't avoid the sun. You can't ignore the sun is there. You feel me? You might not look directly at it, but you know it's there. You know what it's there. You feel me? It won't go unseen. You see what I'm saying? You got to keep that in mind when you dealing with a Leo. This is the sun in the room. So that's why you heard a lot like with Rich, when people reminisce about him and things like that, they always remember like his charisma and things like that, and they always recall, him always being upbeat and smiling and laughing and things like that. And like I said, just being charismatic, having that, just a good energy, good vibes, bringing good vibes to the room. So he's always known for that. So that has to do with that sun. He's gonna bring that light to the room. He's gonna lighten up the room. He's gonna lighten the load. So even if the room was kind of mellow before he got there, even if like I said, everybody was on a whole different level before he got there, he's gonna bring that light. He's gonna bring, those good vibes. He's gonna bring that energy to the room. You feel me? But there's a negative side to this as well. Don't get it twisted, because just as much light as they're giving off, they have to take in just as much energy as they're giving off. You see what I'm saying? They can't just give it off. So you'll be sitting there like, dang, they funny, they da 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 ha ha Leo, and then you be looking around the room like, damn, everybody drained in this bitch. Then you got on your nerves. You look across the room, they looking at you, y'all making eye contact like, this motherfucker getting on your nerves too. Like, doing too much light, too bright. I'm just saying, burning a little too bright. They made eye contact, like, bro, they don't shut the fuck up. You'll get those vibes too. Don't get it twisted. This is going to also apply to the way they dress and things like that, not just their personality. So yeah, they're going to be big, they're going to have a big personality, they're going to be bright in that way, drawing attention to themselves. They're also going to be, you got to remember they're bright, so they're going to be flashy, they're going to be, gregarious, they're going to be, some would say, they'll be a little braggadocious, you feel me? They're gonna be a little, They might just come in with the full name brand on, like with the big ass sign across the chest, like with the name brand, like that's Leo shit. Like got the full matching outfit, the whole thing, got the big ass name on it. Like they might do that, you feel me? You got to remember. This is Leo. This is the sun. This is the bright. This is the brightest bulb. This ain't just one of the bulbs in the box. Ain't gonna just treat me like one of the bulbs in the box, nigga. I'm the brightest bulb in the motherfucking box. That's what you failing to realize, nigga. So, that can make Leos, a little flashy at times, you feel me? I mean, you gotta keep that fire burning. And Leo is fixed also, it's a fixed sign. So this is fixed fire, so it has to draw attention to itself, you see what I'm saying? It doesn't move, it's not going to find these things, it has to draw it to itself because it's fixed, it's staying in one place, you see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. This is a fire sign, so you gotta remember, they about that action, they ain't about talking this in the air, you feel me? This ain't about how much money you gonna make off of it or none of that. It ain't about none of that, you feel me? Same water, it ain't about your feelings, you feel me? It's about getting it going, getting it started. It's about that action. It's about taking those first steps. It's about what you gonna do about it, you feel me? Fuck all that feeling. Fuck how much you getting paid. Fuck all that. You know what I'm saying? Fuck all that. What you talking about? You know what I'm saying? All your ideas and all of that. It's about action. This is what moves you gonna make to make it happen. You feel me? This ain't about talking about it or none of that. So that's why you'll see that, like, when you watch the documentaries and things like that and read up on Rich, you'll see that he was, like they say, he always had a hustle about him. He always had some kind of hustle going on, even a hustler since he was a little kid. That's that fire energy, you see what I'm saying? It mixed with that fixed energy. That's that Leo where he once he learned how to do something, he stuck with it. You see what I'm saying? He may have went into a different avenue with it, but he's gonna keep doing it. You see what I'm saying? Till he learns how to do it, and he's gonna get better. He's gonna build upon that. So, okay, he started off bagging groceries, and then he learned, okay, these people get the people through quicker, so I'm gonna get more money if I bag for them. You see what I'm saying? He picked that up. Bam, bam, bam. Okay, that hustle. He perfected that. Okay, bam. He moved on. All right, drug game. Okay, this how this work. You see what I'm saying? Okay, bam, bam, bam. I mean, some stuff went good, some stuff went bad, but he still stuck with it. He learned and he kind of picked up that hustle. But he's a fire sign, so he's gonna have that go, go, go about it. You see what I'm saying? He's gonna have that energy to go and do it. You see what I'm saying? And that the fixedness within him. You see what I'm saying? The fixedness in that is gonna allow him to stick with it and perfect it and allow it to be a craft that he can put, you know what I mean, go anywhere. He's a hustler, you see what I'm saying? He ain't just hustling, he's a hustler, you see what I'm saying? He gonna do this whatever situation you put him in, that's what he gonna do. I don't care if you give him a bag of cookies or a bag of dope. I mean, he gonna make money off them. You see what I'm saying? He's a hustler, you feel me? That's in it. That's what that fire mix that fix, where he's gonna make the moves, whereas some people may not necessarily want to put the action in, you know what I mean? They may want to talk, you know what I mean? So they're talking nigga to death and all that. No, he's gonna make the moves he needs to make. So if he needs to drive 2 hours to get the best product, he gonna drive 2 hours to get the best product. You see what I'm saying? He gonna take that action. He ain't finna try to talk a nigga into bringing it to him. Instead trying to meet people, what, none of that. Like, alright, bet it's there, bam, I'm there. You see what I'm saying? Bottom line, I believe it was his sister told a story about him. A lot of this information actually came from his sister, but she was telling a story about how, like, somebody had asked him for something. He tried to get it, but he couldn't get it. So he figured out a way to mix something up that made it look like that. And I mean, it got the same effect, but it wasn't necessarily exactly what they was trying to ask for. But he got it done, you see what I'm saying? He took that action, you see what I'm saying? He stuck with it, you feel me? Because some people, once they couldn't have found it, they would have been like, hey, I ain't got it, hey, it is what it is, you see what I'm saying? Whatever. Oh, well, hey. Missed that lick. Missed that lick, oh, well. You know what I mean? But he stuck with it, you see what I'm saying? And he got some other stuff destroyed, but we'll get into that later. But he stuck with it as opposed to just like, oh, fuck it, never mind. I mean, he finna get that money. He finna make them action. All right, let me figure out a way where I can get it to make it look like it and feel like something like what they looking for. All right, bam. You see what I'm saying? That's that fire where he's willing to take those actions. He's willing to take those extra steps. You feel me? He's willing to run that mile. He's willing to, you know what I mean? Whereas some people aren't. I mean, different elements may not be. You feel me? Air sign, that might just be too much. You know what I mean? That might just be too much. You feel me? But then again, maybe not. It just depends. You know what I mean? Or air sign might feel like that ain't fair to the customer. Yeah, I mean, type shit like that. He ain't worried about that type stuff. Because for the most part, what if I told you about the people with these signs? But what if I told you about the signs that are in the first half of the zodiac? They are revolved around themselves for the most part. They're concerned with themselves for the most part. They have to build their own foundation and make sure they're set and strong within themselves before they go out and try to help others or deal with others and worry about what's going on with others. They have to make sure that they are solid first, as opposed to, the second half, who can consider others in their decision making and things like that. That's not always necessarily a concern of the first half. You see what I'm saying? They're worried about getting themselves right. You feel me? And then everything else. So they don't always, take into consideration how their actions and what they say and what they do affect the people around them and other people. You feel me? They just trying to get where they going. So you probably be like, "Hey, how you gonna do it like that?" Well, he ain't worried about that. Like, he ain't worried about what they had going on. You see what I'm saying? He worried about what he got going on. He gonna stay fixed in that. Okay, bam, I'm finna hit this lick. I'm gonna hit this lick. All right, bam, I gotta take extra actions to do it. All right, bam, let's get it. You know what I mean? But in his mind, he stay fixed on that mission. I'm finna hit this. I'm finna get this money. You see what I'm saying? Fixed. I'm finna get this money from this lick. The lick want this, okay, then I'm gonna take the actions to get this, even though I don't know what it's at. All right, I'm gonna make this. You see what I'm saying? He's gonna take those actions, but the goal is fixed. Whatever that dollar amount that they was talking, it must have been all right, cause the amount was fixed. You see what I'm saying? His mind was focused on that. He wasn't focused on what if they don't like it? What if they? You mean considering what the no? I need to hit this lick. And this is how I'm about to do it. Period. This may have also contributed to his issue with Alpo, because remember, Alpo said his dispute with Rich was over some money, or he was charging him more than what he should have been charging him, or what have you, or more than he was expecting to pay, because he was getting it for somebody and they were supposed to be getting it for the same price. But like AZ said, I mean, or anybody who ever had just minor transaction, you're not paying the same amount that the person who you got it from paid. Like, they putting something on that. They got to make something off of it. You feel me? That's the nature of business. Like, come on now. I'm just saying, anybody, what it is. Like, they got to make what they got to make too. They ain't just giving it to you. You feel me? They gonna make something on it. Now, they might show you love and not put as much on it, but they gonna put something on it. You see what I'm saying? But that may have been an issue. You see what I'm saying? Because that's how, Rich was thinking. How I just stated it. Like, that's how he thinking. Like, it is what it is. You feel me? It's a business. You my nigga and all, but we doing business. You feel me? And on the business end, bam, this is what I charge. This how much it is. This how I operate. Bam, bam, bam. Whereas Alpo felt like, alright, you should be giving it to me for how much you getting it for, because I already had an established price with this person, even though I had to get it sent through you. You see what I'm saying? You see how that could be an issue? Whereas this is like, hey, bro, this is business, bro. You interrupted my business, man. Like, straight up, like, this is business, man. What you mean, get this from him and then to you? I'm going to get him. I'm going to show it to you for what I sell it for. And I'm going to show you love. I ain't going to tax you like I'm finna tax these niggas down the street. But, straight up. But I can't not put nothing on it. You my nigga. But come on now. You know the game. You know what I'm saying? You know the game. But Alpo feel like, well, this is my connect. And you getting it through my connect, so I be getting it for this. You see what I'm saying? Alpo coming from a whole other perspective, like, you know what I mean? I'm the reason you even had this going. You see what I'm saying? I was just getting it sent through you. You understand? You get it. So he feeling like, well, it should be the same as if I'm dealing with them directly. But everybody know how it go when you go through the middle. You see what I'm saying? When you go through a middle, man, friend or not, friend or foe, straight up, like. You see what I'm saying? He ain't think about all what Alpo got going on and how much he always pay and how much, all of that. Like, he ain't think about that. You see what I'm saying? Like I told you, he was more concerned with himself being stay firm in his foundation and what he got going on more so than what Alpo talking about. Even though they are cool and they are making money together, and he want to keep you, but he's still at the end of the day focused on, I mean, what he need to do and how much he need to make off this, what he got. You see what I'm saying? Like, he ain't necessarily calculating all of what Alpo's situation is and how Alpo might be feeling and how all the other people I mean, because Alpo ain't the only one he dealing with. He got a whole bunch of stuff going on. It's just like, I mean, it is what it is. I'ma get mine. I hope you get yours. You feel me? It is what it is. I'ma get mine. I hope you get yours. Whenever I think about him being a Leo, I just see that picture of like him with that pineapple on his head, like just being goofy, like putting on a show for everybody, like yeah, Leo, that's that Leo, that's that Leo. Cause like just being goofy, like, cause Leos be like that, like they just be goofy, like child, like playful, like you see what I'm saying, like just to do random, goofy, silly shit, like just cause, just to lighten the load. Like I told you, they bring that life. They do that in various different ways, whether it be through their appearance, or through their jokes, or through their, you see what I'm saying? Just showing their ass. Either way it go, they gonna lighten the load. You feel me? They gonna bring light to the room. You feel me? They gonna bring some energy to the room. They might bring some drama to the room, but it's definitely gonna be fiery in this motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? They definitely gonna bring the light in this motherfucker. They definitely gonna bring the action to this motherfucker. They definitely gonna make sure it's moving in here. It ain't gonna be still. You know what I mean? They gonna make sure the fire going. They still, but they gonna make sure the party moving. You feel me? They chilling. But for the most part, they're gonna be loyal. Like I told you, they're fixed signs. So once they, I mean, mess with you, they mess with you for the moment until something happens. Because sometimes that selfish nature that I was just talking to you about, where they can get into their mode where they're not considering the feelings and emotions of others and other people's situation and things like that. That mode that Leos can get into, they can start interfering with their relationships, their personal relationships. Because it's like, bruh, the world don't revolve around you. It ain't about you, bruh. Let's talk about me, bruh. Can we talk about my life? I came over here to vent about my problems. Why we talking about you? How did you find a way? Like, nigga, how can you even relate? How did you find a way to put yourself in this conversation? You have been talking to a Leo, and it's like, bruh, how did you find a way to make this one about you? Like, you were amazed, like, dang, bruh, you made this about you? Leo amazed you, like, damn, you really? Okay, bet. Alright, bet. Just to start doing the most. The most. And you'll be sitting there looking at them the whole time like, bruh, you lying? Or over exaggerating. Over exaggerating for sure. You might not think, you'll be like, bruh, I know this definitely a 20 on 10. This is definitely a 20 on 10, but they'll be telling it to you so strong, you'll just let them have that one. Like, alright, bro, whatever. And they be so creative and dramatic and extra, you be laughing and all of that. You just let them have that one. Like, alright, bro, do you. Whatever. Knowing they lying. Knowing they purpose. But you enjoying the show. I remember a lion always needs his pack. So Leo has also been known to have a lot of friends, you know what I mean, to move in and out of different friend groups. But they also been known to have, like, you know what I mean, you'll know them to be with somebody. Like, you'll always know them to have, like, this certain friend, or you'll know them to always be with somebody. Like, you'll rarely catch them just by themselves kicking it. Like, you see what I'm saying? They gotta be a spark. They gotta be that life of the party. They gotta be on, you know what I mean? Like, they gotta be on go. They gotta be, you know what I mean, and scene. Like, they gotta be on that. Like, they always gotta be putting on the show. They always gotta be causing the scene. They need their audience, you know what I mean? So they always have to have their pack. So that's why you'll notice that Leos will have, like, a lot of different friends, or they'll move in and out of friend groups, or they'll just have that one friend that they just drag with them everywhere for a period of time, and then they'll leave that friend alone. Then they'll get another friend, they'll drag them along with them everywhere. And then, like, you know, you get where this is going. You get this going. Then they'll leave that friend alone with something to happen with that. I mean, they probably get too selfish, or they'll be asking too much of them, or whatever, what have you. I mean, they get tired of that selfish You know what I mean? It's all about you. They can't never come to you for nothing, but you stay coming to them for nothing type thing. Even though Leos can be generous, sometimes you can, you know what I mean? Nah, I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. Sometimes you motherfuckers can just be all into yourself. You know what I mean? Sometimes you don't give people the, you know what I mean, the proper attention that they need. You know what I mean? Just because you in their face don't mean you giving them the kind of attention that they need. You know what I mean? Sometimes they want to talk about them. Sometimes people want to vent to you. You know what I mean? Sometimes they want to keep it on them for a second. Sometimes they want to, you know what I mean, spew out what they feeling, what they thinking, what they got going on. And you steady cutting them off, talking about you trying to add in. You always gotta add in something. You always gotta store something. Like you always gotta set. I mean, they just set the scene for you. Then you take off. Like, nah, bruh, this was my movie. Like, what are you doing, bruh? You the audience, bruh. You the audience. Got the role switched. So that's why you saw the Alpo, even though, like, you know, I mean, he went through a bunch of, like, there, he can't, while he was coming up, he was able to go through, like, he was able to become friends with and go through various different drug dealers at different levels, you know what I mean? And was able to make a lot of friends. He also has something conjunct Venus, I believe it's Moon conjunct Venus, so that makes him very pleasurable as well. But with that charisma and that Leo and that, just like I said, that goofy, that funny, that, like, you know what I mean, almost, you know, that just almost childlike, you know what I mean? Like that childlike energy, like they're able to attract a lot of people like that. And like I said, they need their pack and they always need their audience, so they always have somebody with them, so they'll be able to, you know what I mean, have a lot of friends and attract a lot of people and a lot of things to them. But you know, a lot of the times, you know what I mean, when that fire go out, hey. But that's neither here nor there. But that's why he was able to do that. And he always found a way. So whenever one of his plugs would die or go to jail, he'd find another one. Whenever, you know what I mean, something went wrong, he'd find another one. He was able to be cool. This is why him and Alpo were able to be cool anyway. They both had that charisma. They both had that, you know what I mean? They both wanted to turn up. They both wanted to be swagged out. They both wanted to be brag. They both wanted to brag. They both wanted to be fly. They both was on that field with it. You know what I mean? So overall, we know that Rich was a very fiery person. He's very charismatic. He's very braggadocious. He's a fly guy. You noticed him when he walked in the room. You know what I mean? That all has to do with that fire. You know what I mean? He has to light up. He has to light up the room. He has to bring the energy. He has to get something on. Now, we also know that Leo is a fixed sign, so we know that he would have been a stubborn person. He would have been fixed in his ways. He would have saw things his way. He wouldn't have necessarily paid attention to what other people were telling him to do or how other people saw it or what other people thought. He really much would do his own thing because remember, Leo is still in the first half of the zodiac, so we know that he's going to be focused on building his own solid foundation first before he concerns himself with others. So, that can become a conflict with other people once, you're building relationships with others and you're not necessarily taking their best interest into consideration. This can become an issue and start to, cause conflict in their relationships. But, that's neither here nor there. Leo is also, we said fixed, we said fire. What else we got? Ruled by the sun, so we know that, Leo's going to be bright, Leo's going to be, father-like, Leo's going to be creative, Leo's going to, just bring that, that spark to the room. So that was part one of Rich Porter's birth chart. We got to get into his sun and Leo. We got to see, where that fire comes from, how the hustle was born, how he was able to maintain, over the years through different plugs and different situations and different friends and whatnot. So, as always, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think down below. Make sure you kick back with part two. Come on with it.